Dear viewers, I'm your friendly guide, Mr. Smart. I want to welcome you to the third installment of Robert Kiyosaki's biography. You can learn how to develop business and financial skills from the life and struggles of Robert. He's the author of the best-selling personal finance book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We're all leading busy lives, and it's hard to find the time to read and understand books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which can bring about a serious paradigm shift in our approach towards life. We need quick, entertaining, and easily understandable video lessons on these books. Keeping in this vein, I've made a separate series of animations based on Robert's book. You can always find the links to these videos in the description. In fact, my mission is to make you smart physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Our biography of Robert Kiyosaki and the animated lessons of Rich Dad, Poor Dad are part of this ongoing effort. Subscribe and join Mr. Smart to learn, practice, and promote smart living. After watching the first two episodes of his biography, we know now who the Rich Dad and Poor Dad are. We've also witnessed how the ambitious and driven kids went to Mike's dad, the Rich Dad, for his mentorship. Dear viewers, you should really watch these episodes in sequence to fully understand Robert's life and his struggles and successes. Having said that, now let us dive a little deeper into the twists and turns of his journey from an innocent, naive child to successful entrepreneur. Robert Kiyosaki was born on April 8, in 1947, in Hilo, which is the largest town in the Big Island of Hawaii. Robert was the eldest son of Ralph Kiyosaki, who was a PhD. He worked as an educator and retired as superintendent of education in Hawaii. This was Robert Kiyosaki's biological father, whom he calls Poor Dad in his book. But for further descriptions of earlier episodes, please visit the links in the description below for your convenience. Robert attended Hilo High School. Later, he graduated from the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy in 1969. His father thought that he was studying to become a ship officer. But Robert was hard at work studying to understand the dynamics of international trade, as advised by Rich Dad. After graduation, Robert signed on with Standard Oil of California and joined one of their oil tanker fleets. Poor Dad, or you could say Educated Dad, was very happy when Robert joined this enormous and stable resource company, where he could have job security with perks and privileges. Robert navigated through the Asia-Pacific Ocean because Rich Dad had the opinion that the emerging nations were in Asia, not in Europe. Robert stayed on for 6 months, then resigned and joined the Marine Corps. Robert felt he needed to learn to lead people in dangerous situations. He knew that one had to be a good leader to get smart people to work together and achieve a single goal. During his stay in the Corps, he also learned discipline, team spirit, and commitment. Rich Dad, Robert's mentor, had also spent 3 years in the Army and learned to manage and lead his men in challenging situations. The Educated Dad strongly opposed this change because Robert's philosophies were so foreign to him, he just couldn't understand them. Later, in 1973, Robert resigned from the Marine Corps after leading his men for years in Vietnam. Now, he wanted to learn and develop more sales and marketing skills. So he joined the sales team of Xerox Corporation, which had one of the best sales training programs around. At this point in time, Robert was still a very shy guy who could not communicate or convince well outside the Marine Corps. On top of that, facing rejection was very difficult for him in this new sales world. The sales training at Xerox definitely helped him overcome these fears and weaknesses, though. Rich Dad was proud of him, while Poor Dad was devastated with Robert's choices. In fact, Poor Dad had a soured view of salespeople. He used to think that sales and marketing was a wicked profession, but Robert had other plans. While working for the sales team at Xerox, he learned to approach people, face rejection, and continue this cycle until he was a successful salesman. In just 4 short years, Robert was one of the top 5 salespeople at Xerox. After fully equipping himself with the sales and marketing skills, Robert left yet another promising career and started his own business in the nylon and Velcro wallet industry in 1977. The wallets were manufactured in the Far East and then shipped to a warehouse in New York. On his 30th birthday in 1977, the first shipment of wallets reached New York. His product was featured in Runner's World, Gentleman's Quarterly, and Success Magazine. And that's how the long journey of Robert ultimately culminated into his first business venture. My friends, like this video if you find it useful and entertaining. Also, subscribe to Mr. Smart and hit the bell button for notifications so that you don't miss any of our video lessons, which can help you lead a smart life physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. Oh yes, don't forget that the links to our other animations of Rich Dad Poor Dad are available in the description for your convenience. Let us join hands to practice and promote smart living.